Hello, welcome to the Run to Remember Memorial Marathon podcast. I'm your host, Kristen Fairs, joined alongside race director Carrie Watkins. This episode, we'll catch up with Tara Light, a coach who's teaching Why We Run to the next generation. Jenny Love Meyer is here to talk about our very special volunteers, and Cherith Aven has a running club bringing teachers together. The 2025 OKC Memorial Marathon takes place the weekend of April 25th through the 27th. Visit okcmarathon.com and sign up to run, cheer, or volunteer. All right, Carrie, we are just over 40 days out, not to scare
We're
you.
here breathing in a bag.
Last week you were doing backflips.
I
now
know,
you're
but
breathing in a bag.
it's all coming. The 30th anniversary of the bombing and all that comes with that, and the 25th of the marathon. It's going to be an incredible week in Oklahoma City. We're excited to have a lot of people here and thousands of runners. We went over the 15,000 mark, and
wow, that's exciting.
the last 10 are going to come in these next 50 days.
Yes.
40 days.
Yeah, because it's important to get signed up now if you want your name on the badge, or if you want your name on
the bib.
On the bib.
And the car's coming, and so
all right. All those deadlines are coming up. Yeah.
Sign up.
Okay. All right, so we're going to start off today with Tara Light, who is a great educator and a great cheerleader for the marathon, and you get lots of kids involved in the marathon each
I
year.
love getting my kids involved, and I kind of try to make it my goal every year to get as many people involved as possible. I say it's the best weekend to be an Oklahoman.
I do too. That's what I say too. I agree.
She's not going to sing for us today. Remember last time she was here, she
last time
sang.
she was here, she was saying because
But
not only
she's been
did
singing to all of her kids so
Okay,
much.
listen, the wind has been sweeping down the plain. and
Really? I
has.
hadn't noticed.
Whatever has been kicked up has taken my voice on an early spring break, I guess. So
Well,
I feel
lucky
great.
Kids.
I just sound like this. Sorry.
We're so glad to have you back, though.
Yeah, and so Tara, you're a teacher at Victory Family School in Norman.
Yes.
And last year, your kids, tell us about what you all won.
Okay, it was our first year to participate as Victory Family School. I had brought teams from my previous site that I had where I had taught before, but it was my first year at Victory, and it was their first year to participate. And we were the school with the highest percentage of students. So we were waiting at the start line for our corral to get called, and our kids were getting pumped up, and we were not the first couple corrals. So they kept saying, on your mark, get set, go. Not us. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Not yet. Okay, we'd scoot up a little bit, and then, but in that time they were waiting, they made the special announcements, and they congratulated the school with the highest number of participants, and then also the school with the highest percentage of their population, which is such a cool thing to do for smaller schools
Right.
like
Yeah.
ours,
Right.
where the prize is based on your school population size. And when they called our school, my kids lost their minds.
Love that.
And it was not on my radar to do. I was just excited to get them involved. But now there's no turning back. They are determined to reclaim our trophy.
$500 for your PE program.
Yes,
So that's fun.
that has been put to good use already.
Great.
Yeah. And you've been involved with the marathon for several years, since 2009,
I've
right?
run every race except now the quarter marathon, and I'm not signed up for it, but I'm scared I'm going to have FOMO for not doing it.
What are you waiting on?
What am I? I signed up to do the half
Oh,
this year.
okay. Stick with that.
Yeah, I feel like I'll do it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get there eventually. And then not only that, you've also sung the national anthem before you hit the race course. Is that right?
Yes, that is such a fun thing to do. I'm a marathon super fan. I love it. It's my favorite weekend.
I love that.
And so, Tara, you have the opportunity to work with kids, and the most important. This is fun, and the day is fun, but the most important part is leading up and teaching the kids why we run. So, can you talk about how you incorporate that?
Yes. Well, my students I teach elementary school, and my students, when they hear about something so evil that happened just up the road from us, just the looks on their faces is so precious and innocent. They cannot understand that really happened, and that really happened here. And I always say, go home, ask mom or dad, ask grandma, grandpa, ask anybody my age or around it. They will know exactly where they were when the event happened. And it's important we keep talking about it, because people like you are going to make sure it doesn't happen again.
That's right.
And we always talk about all of the helpers. I have a beautiful book from the memorial, from the museum, and it's a children's book. I believe it's still for sale there. And in the book, it is mostly black and white on the page where the Ryder truck explodes, except for all of the helpers, all of the people and all the emergency vehicles. That picture is in color. And my students always point out, wait a second, the people are running to the building. They're not running away. Well, yeah, they're going to help. And so they realize how important it is. It's a really special
What a great
thing
way
to
to-
share with them.
Yeah, what a great way to introduce the story to a group of kids, and then they get to go and run and show up to serve.
Yes. They also ask, somebody always asks every year if they've done it for the first time. They will say, is it weird, picture, an 8-year-old asking this, is it weird to celebrate something that was so sad? What an awesome conversation to talk about what is the part that we're celebrating. And yes, we're remembering the tragedy, but also we're celebrating life.
That's
And we're
it.
celebrating the choices that we get to make together.
Right.
And those who didn't get to do it because of it. So we're
Yes.
celebrating their lives, and that's the best
Absolutely.
part. So every kid who runs gets a great medal, and this is a big deal to kids, right?
Oh yeah, we wear our shirts and medals to school
On
the
Monday?
next school
Oh,
day.
I love
yeah.
that. That's really fun.
And
yeah.
the fun shirts are here,
Yeah, the shirts are great this year.
and
Little kid
the
size.
kid size.
Those are awesome.
Perfect.
these sizes,
Yeah,
Cherith.
I know. I do
Darn.
too, Carrie. Our kids got big. They went and got big on
I
us.
love
So
that.
How's the training going with your kids? So for the kids race, you run 25 miles prior to the Saturday of the race day weekend,
Yes.
and then you
Okay,
run the last
so
1.2 together.
We make sure that we don't just meet with our kids that are already signed up to run. We make it a whole school event. So every Friday, our PE and music, I teach music, classes combine every Friday in the spring. And our kids run during that time. And so we clock those miles and we add them all together.
And you sing while you're running?
I pump out music.
Okay,
I
perfect.
sing with the kid. I go the opposite way so I can yell at them and cheer for them.
Yeah.
And then we compile all of our miles collectively. So I looked it up. As of last week, my students have run a total of 672
Oh, wow.
miles. But that's all put
everyone
together.
together.
And then we give an update every week of how far that is. So we've made it to a really delicious pizza place in Chicago. We've made it to Minneapolis. We've made it to Mount Rushmore.
Wow.
And
So it's a math lesson, too.
it is a math lesson.
This
We are
is-
very
this is an elementary school
cross-curricular.
teacher. I mean, you can incorporate
What lucky kids.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
And so they drew some art.
Okay, I had a student on Friday at the end of the day. She came up to me and she said, "Wait, Miss Light." It was time for her to go. It was dismissal time. She dropped her backpack, started pulling out all kinds of things, and then she pulled out this picture, and it says the survivor tree.
Oh, love that.
It's a second grader,
Second grader.
and I have permission to share this. And she also made one that says, OKC Memorial, it says museum.
There you
Love
go.
it.
So the gates, the museum, the tree, it's all there.
Yes, this
How-
is the student that is
I love that.
participating
I love
this
that they're
year.
getting it.
Yes,
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, just total learning lesson of incorporating the why
Incredible.
we run,
Yep.
the story of the bombing.
There's also
remembering.
materials available to anybody that wants to coach or do the program at their school through the race. There's materials with lessons that can go over. They don't take long. They don't take a lot of prep work. It's perfect to do right before you go out and run together.
And those are available on our website, and
Yeah.
we'll send those to you. But she's an ambassador now.
Yeah,
She's great.
I mean, you're great. So, what would you say is kind of the highlight of this kind of whole event for your kids?
Getting excited and being down there on the day is great. Last year, at the end of it, our parents were kind of hanging out after the finish line, and so many of the parents said, "Why didn't we plan to just all stay longer?" And so this year, we're making a big deal. Our students go up to 8th grade, and so we're going to have several doing the 5K and lots of older siblings doing that race. So we're going to have everyone from our school that's going to be a part of it. We're going to stay after the running and just picnic in the park and make it a big day.
How fun is
afterwards.
that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you
so
so
great.
much for all your
Right.
energy and work that you
Absolutely.
throw into
Yeah,
this.
if you're not energized and ready
Oh
to
my
get a group of
gosh, I
kids
kinda wanna
the
go back to
start
second
line.
grade.
Yeah.
Have Tara for my teacher.
Thank you.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
And
thank you.
Tara. Thanks for
Good
all
luck
you
with your
do.
voice. You've got
Thank
some
you
singing
so
to do, so take care of that. Oh my gosh. What lucky kids.
What lucky kids, and just what a great reminder of, the importance of teaching this story to the next generation and how we're able to do that through
the marathon
kids race. And, it's a great race, and it's important. And it's my hope too is that these kids catch the running bug, right? And that they continue past the kids marathon and sign up for the 5K.
So there are 50 schools already signed up. I think the furthest is Alva. So that's a haul in Oklahoma City to run that race. And for many, no, I think it's Altus actually. Altus, not Alva. Sorry, Alva, but get on board.
Come on.
And I think also it's a chance for people to come to the city. Some kids for the first time. Sometimes they've never been to downtown Oklahoma City. They've never seen a skyscraper. Some kids, I grew up in the rural area. Elevators are not part of your everyday world. And so to come downtown to this, run through all these great buildings and end in this beautiful park, it is a day to remember. And so the last day for schools to sign up is March 31st.
Okay.
Families can sign up at the expo, but get signed up and teach your kids the story. It's a great way to learn.
Get them out on the streets running their 25 miles up to the day.
That's right.
All right. Next, we are going to have Jenny Love Meyer, who's the Chief Culture Officer and Executive Vice President of Love's Travel Stop. Jenny, thanks for joining us. And you guys are our new volunteer sponsor.
Yeah, so we're really happy to be involved. We've been involved with the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon for many years, and to be able to step up and be the volunteer sponsor, something we're really excited about.
We love that in more ways than one. But it's so great to have you guys on board. You guys also encourage your employees to step up and run, and you pay for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been doing that for a little bit. The importance of being able to engage our employees and for them to be able to have a chance to run is something that they love. We have a culture of giving back and caring about each other, and that's one of the things that that we encourage our folks to do, is to be able to volunteer in different aspects, and it's something that really is a win-win for them.
Love's has been involved in the early days. Jenny and I were very young when this all started, but you guys sold some of the first T-shirts to raise money for the memorial. I remember your dad and you and I, we were all out there at the Love's travel stop, and they gave one of the first big checks to build the memorial. And so I've always really appreciated what your family has done and really how you've done it. And you have a nationwide footprint.
Yep.
And so to be a part of this for us is really such a coup, really. And we're so excited to have you guys step up to take over the volunteers.
Well, no, we're happy. All of us remember where we were in April of 1995, and for us to be able to, in that way, we were able to marshal what we could to be able to help the organization and help the victims, et cetera. And so to be able to kind of fast forward to today, and what we're able to do is something that we're excited about. It's Oklahoma City's our home. And being able to give back in this way is really something that's neat for us.
How would you encourage other corporations or companies, small or large, to get involved?
Sure. I mean, regardless of what size you are as an organization, we were once small. I mean, now we've got, as you said, nationwide footprint, 61 years old as an organization, but we started out small. And back in the 70s, 80s, we were still giving back. And so do what you can is what I would say. And, we all consider Oklahoma City our home. And so being able to do what you can do, there's lots of different ways to sponsor or get involved, and being able, even if it's encouraging the employees at your organizations to give back and to show up on race day, even little things count.
You've created an incredible culture around all your stores. I'm a big, I stop wherever I am.
Oh,
I stop
do
at
too.
Love's.
We love
Sometimes I would
Love's.
send your mom
Yep.
pictures of, and she'd tell me what store I was at. It always blew my mind. But you guys have great employees who really hold your brand high, and that's a culture you've worked hard to create. Tell us a little bit about that.
It really started with my dad. Even as we lost him a couple of years ago, really what he did really propelled us in terms of our culture, and making sure that at site level we're doing the right things to take care of our folks so that they can take care of the customers really is what it's all about. Mm-hmm. It's not that easy, not that hard to conceptualize, but understanding the leaders at our facilities and our teams doing fantastic job, and they really care about our customers. That's what makes the difference. And to be able to kind of continue to sustain that, not an easy deal with about 40,000 employees, but that really is something that was true to us and something that we take very seriously. And I think that when folks like you stop at our location, they hopefully have a great experience. It's something that we are really proud of. And something that I know that our store leaders are as well.
And then you work on the physical fitness of your employees, and that's one of the things you guys promote, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So being able to encourage folks from a wellness perspective to just get out, stretch their legs, whether it's fitness classes at the office or whether it's getting out and volunteering to race in different races. It's really something that is important for our folks. I mean, everyone's looking for ways to kind of get out, get active. And so this is really easy chunks of time that they can spend to be able to continue to stay fit and be, kind of exert their wellness.
Great.
It's great. I know.
So where are you going to be race day? Volunteering or running?
Well, I used to be a runner.
Okay.
I'm going to be watching from the sidelines,
Okay,
but
great.
excited,
We'll
really
hope
excited
you'll come
about
to the finish
it.
line and celebrate down there. It'll be great.
Be great.
Thank you guys so
thanks
much.
for all you
Oklahoma
do.
is better because of the Love
Oh,
family.
I 100% agree.
And Tom and Judy were incredible Oklahomans. They've passed it now to their second
Yeah,
generation.
yeah, and just generous to the
these
city.
guys
I know.
get it. And thank you so much for all you guys do.
Yeah.
Sure.
We are better because of the Loves.
Well, you're welcome. Glad to be involved.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thanks, Kristen.
Devon Energy, the presenting sponsor of the Memorial Marathon, has a long and loyal presence and has partnered with us for all 25 years of this Run to Remember.
Hello, I'm Clay Gaspar with Devon Energy. Since the race began in 2001, Devon has been a proud supporter of the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon. We are honored to call Oklahoma City home and to join together in demonstrating the resilience, strength, and determination of this community. The marathon is about so much more than running. It's about perseverance and is a celebration of life. We wish all of those participating in a successful race. Together, let's run to remember.
All right, Carrie, I feel like I might need to separate you and our next guest.
All roads lead to Cleveland, Oklahoma.
We've got Cleveland, Oklahoma here in the house. And
It doesn't get any better than this. I'm
Right.
sorry, you're sandwiched by Cleveland.
I'm surrounded by greatness.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, at least on that side.
Cherith Aven is here, and Cherith, I love what you have started, and we talked to you last year about getting teachers together to run. We kind of talk about the school and the kids, but I love this part.
I
I'm
love
a
the
former
teachers.
educator myself, and I know personally.
You are?
I am.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I know personally when I was teaching just the importance that exercise played in my mental health.
That's right.
In the educational profession, so
And
kudos
which is
to you.
originally why I wanted this club to start, is for my own mental health, that I was really struggling in a new administrative position. And I knew if I was struggling, then other people were too, and we should get together and work through it together, pounding pavement together. But to be honest, I feel like I should give my time back to Tara, because that was an inspiring.
Isn't she
Right.
She's
incredible?
amazing, and she is one of thousands of teachers in our state that are doing amazing things.
Yeah.
And the other reason I wanted this club is to spotlight people like Tara. You said Alva. We have a member in Alva.
Woohoo!
Tell them.
There we go. Yeah.
Tell them I gave them a little credit, but I took it back.
Yeah.
So they got to step up.
Cherith,
gotta
tell
bring
us
more
kind of
people.
exactly about your club and how you got
Sure.
it started.
Sure. About a year ago, just going through kind of a mental crisis, and I used to be a runner, and I wanted to bring that back into my life. I did bring some of my inspiration with me. My daughter is my running partner. She's doing the quarter marathon
Oh,
this
great.
year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I'll be attempting the half.
That's
Again,
great.
it gets harder and harder.
It
And you
every
brought
year,
a you
but-
brought a fan club with you last year.
We did, and that's growing. So we're. I told you last year we'd bring 50. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but we're getting close.
Good.
So, reaching out through social media, the expo, we're getting to know teachers all over the state.
You'll be back at the expo this year.
Indeed. Yeah, please come see me. That's one of my goals. I have 3 goals this expo, and that's to meet 500 educators. I want to meet Meb. I got to get a picture with Meb, and then I want to try.
You'll
to-
meet Meb. We'll give him a Cleveland
We made-
sandwich
we
too.
made number 2 happen.
and he won't know what hit him.
He will
right?
not know.
So, yeah, we're no land runners. I mean, they have thousands of
Right.
members, but we are growing.
They started
That's
small.
right. You
right.
guys, you start small, and
That's
you
right.
know, I like Tara's just how she kind of talked about the percentage. Just
Right.
to
That's
a good
get a new
point.
percentage of participation.
Yeah.
How's your training? How's your training going?
Slow and steady. You know, I turned 50 this year, and when I turned 40, I ran the full. So I ran 2 races that day, my first and my last. So ever since then, I've just done
Now.
slow and steady pace. I love the half, but I'm actually a little jealous. I think next year I'm doing the quarter. I think that's going to be a great addition.
I can't wait to hear what people think.
Yeah.
So
Well, and
we'll
I
use
love
your
it.
daughter as one of our testing
there you go.
agents on the
she'll have to
course.
give us feedback. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we do have a team of walkers not a relay, right? We're doing the team of walkers that are doing the quarter.
Oh,
Right.
good.
I don't want people to think that just because our name says Run Club, that you
Right.
have to be a runner. It should have been called Run Walk Club.
Yeah. What do you think the benefits are to an educator from joining something like this?
Community, and community outside your own community. Cleveland is great, and actually Cleveland has a huge running population, but there are pockets of that in every district. And health is contagious. Like, running is contagious. And you can walk down the hall and ask a friend who might be struggling, hey, you want to go for a walk? Let's lace up. You want to try running? I've done it for a long time. Let's try it together. And just building that community of educators that we really do have similar struggles. So let's help each other through it. Sometimes it feels like you're on an island. I don't know if you remember what that feels like, but when you're in your classroom with little kids all day,
Right.
sometimes it feels like you're on an island. And
Yeah.
so this gets us on the same road.
Yeah, and just having the fresh air, the time
Yes.
for adult conversation.
right.
Yeah.
So you
those
guys
things are
do some
important.
runs together.
Yes,
You do,
so we train individually in our districts, and then once a month we do a big, just one training. Right now, like downtown Tulsa, sometimes it's downtown Oklahoma City, and whoever can come comes. So we train together, race together, and serve together.
And
So
where can people find more information about this?
we have a website. It's OKED Run Club. So Oak Ed is just kind of an easy way to say our name. We're also on Instagram. We're on Strava. I heard you guys talking
Oh,
about
great.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
perfect.
love
Good
so you have your
Strava.
own Strava group.
We do, and I can see what Stephanie Parker is doing in Yukon.
Don't you love
on
that?
the morning that I'm running, and
Yeah.
she's training for the full. This is her first full, so I'll check in with her. She's a librarian. Can I tell you about librarians?
Yes.
They're little. There's something.
Really?
There's something because
There's a news flash.
well,
Just kidding.
I've got 3 librarians that are ultra runners and marathon runners. So does that not break the stereotype?
It
of
really
what
d-
a
actually it
librarian-
really
And,
does.
Kat Lyle's a librarian.
That's right.
Too.
She
yeah,
is,
she's an
actually.
elementary school librarian.
Well, send her our way. We got Madison Rourke in Del City and Misty Chestnut in Manford. So
You ought to have Kat talk to your group. She's the 5-time winner of the
Yeah.
marathon,
Okay.
yeah,
and she's
we
the
should make that
librarian.
connection. She's a librarian.
You'll see a lot of Kat in the next couple of
Fantastic.
weeks as we launch a new Finish Line food that you're gonna be excited about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you an early morning runner or?
absolutely, the darker, the colder, the better.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in from Cleveland,
it's
and
great
thanks
to
for
see you guys.
thanks for helping get teachers
I know, I
together
think this is
in
great
the
to
time
get
when
those
there's so
teachers
much
together.
pressure on educators.
That's right.
It's great that you guys can lean in together and be together.
And they're
and-
still doing great things regardless of what's going on in our political climate. They're still out there
Yeah.
doing things.
Amen.
That's right.
So.
Yep. We appreciate you.
Thank you
Appreciate your
so
time.
much.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Cherith. All right, Carrie. Okay, so as we get closer to marathon weekend, let's talk about the cheer zones for a minute.
Okay, cheer zones are spread out throughout the course.
So
And-
you've got like through, I mean, the things people might know are like Glitter on Grand. You've got the Asian District, Edgemere Park.
Yeah, they're all throughout the course, but we need a couple. If you want to step up and support one or sponsor one or just be in charge of one, we'd love to have you guys throughout the course. We have a new one that we're going to talk about at the 25th mile for the 25th year.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, we're very excited about that. So we'll roll that out in the next week or so. So we just can't say enough about getting people on the course race morning to cheer these runners on, and from start to finish, making sure they see the community of Oklahoma City, Nichols Hills, the village, come out and support them. Britton Road is a long stretch for those folks
Yep,
doing the
yep,
full.
we need some people on Britain.
it's
I had a
quiet.
conversation about that this weekend.
Good.
We need some people on Britain.
So
Hopefully we can get there. But the
Yep.
official cheer zones, those applications close this weekend.
They
But
do.
of course, anybody can go out and cheer
Right.
anywhere along the course.
and you can get an application on okcmarathon.com.
Okay, yep. And then the signups are going well.
Signups are
But
good.
it's time to get there.
Time's cracking, and I think you want to get in. I do really think this races will all sell out, and it's better to make sure you have a spot at the start line so you can then be at the finish line. I think you'll see tight security throughout the race. I mean, the Oklahoma City Police, and you'll hear more from them in the coming weeks, We've got a fun finish line food that we're going to roll
I'm
out.
super excited about this.
Very exciting. It's fun. And then it really just, it takes all of us to get there. And so we're working toward the last weekend in April.
Yeah. And if you want to sign up with your name on the bib, March 24th is the deadline for that. So that's coming up to get your name on your bib.
Which is fun because then the announcer can call your name when you're coming across.
And it's fun
People
for
can cheer for you as you're
people
running.
can cheer for you as you're running,
Right.
too. It's nice to hear your name when you're really kind of in the thick of the struggle of,
Running.
maybe coming down class.
How's your training going?
My training's going well.
Good.
It is. Yeah, it's going well. I'm training. My husband's training. My son is training
Yeah,
for his.
David's going to run?
David Fairs is running his first full marathon.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
While he's
So,
going to school.
While he's going to school. So it's going well at our house.
Great. Does he realize it's like the weekend before finals?
I don't know if he knows that.
Okay, well, don't tell
Well,
him.
here, David, if you're listening, it's the weekend before
I don't know when
finals.
finals are, but I think it's pretty close. So that's why it's a hard time, but it's a great release of just to clear your mind and get ready for
Yeah.
what your next challenge is. And so,
Hopefully he doesn't have one on Monday.
yeah, I hope not. He can study Saturday while he's
That's
resting.
right, that's right.
Anyways, sign up at okcmarathon.com, and we'd love to have you in and be a part of the 25th Memorial Marathon.
It's going to be great. Well, that's a wrap for this week's program. Thanks for joining us. Join us every Friday for a new episode. Let us know your questions and tell us your running story at okcmarathon.com. This is your host, Kristen Fairs. Let's marathon.